First, the headline about Todd Blanche, the acting attorney general, raised an immediate question during his confirmation hearing. Why did he grant President Trump protection from IRS audits? The decision, made on May 19, is one page, but its implications hinge on two simple points. First, it instructs the IRS to drop any civil audit or criminal investigation that the agency was already pursuing into Trump, his family, or any affiliated individuals. Second, it bars the agency from starting a new probe into any tax returns already filed by that same circle. In other words, the Trump family's past returns are basically off limits, but the next tax return they file could still be examined. This order came out of a larger arrangement that the Justice Department crafted to close a lawsuit that Trump had filed against the IRS. The package included a $1.8 billion fund aimed at paying political allies of the former president, an element that sparked a firestorm on Capitol Hill, with many Republicans demanding the fund be withdrawn. Murphy says the anti-weaponization fund is now dead, but the audit protection remains alive. Political reaction has been swift. Democrats blasted the immunity as a corrupt handout, pointing out that Trump has a long history of evading taxes and has been the target of IRS audits throughout his career. Some Republicans, including Senator John Cornyn of Texas, have also questioned the audit provision. The move is unprecedented. The tradition had been for the IRS to examine every president's tax return annually, a practice that began after concerns that Nixon was not being thoroughly scrutinized. In practical terms, the order does not extend to future returns. Blanche told lawmakers that it is not a forward-looking shield. Any taxes filed after the agreement's date are not protected, so the IRS could still audit those new returns. The shield is limited to the returns already filed by Trump and his associates. There is no elaborate legal language. Tax attorneys noted that the single, long sentence in the order seems unlikely to have been drafted by a professional in the field. The effect is clear: the IRS is effectively put on hold when it comes to the president's past tax matters. Given the unusual nature of the order, many legal scholars are looking at how it fits into federal law and whether any future litigation will question its validity. The Justice Department's attempt to let the former president finish his legal battles with the IRS in a single package raises larger questions about the balance between executive privilege and the agency's duty to enforce tax law. That sums up the key facts about Todd Blanche's order. It's an eye-catching example of how executive policy decisions can have a direct effect on tax enforcement and how political deals can change the trajectory of long-standing administrative practices. Thanks for tuning in. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. We'll keep you posted on how this story develops.